So we're here at the Rivoli with Louis Helbig, who has a show called Beautiful Destruction. Here's Louis here. How did you get into aerial photography?
Kind of an interest that I've had. My father had an airplane a long time ago when I was a kid. So I actually, a number of years ago, I bought myself an airplane. It's a similar vintage and sort that he had. And I sort of merged two interests of mine, photography, which I've been doing since being a kid, and aviation, which is a passion of mine as well too. And the two kind of come together, and the outcome of that is, I guess, been this art-oriented photography. The perspective of being in the air, or being in the sky, lends itself to seeing things that are very familiar and seeing them in a different perspective, in a different light, and suddenly things that we would see as being very common and which we're accustomed to, which we no longer see, all of a sudden become exotic, become remarkable because of the different perspective, and there's a certain charm to them. It makes you start to think, it makes you start to feel things in a different way than you might if you were just on the ground looking at them, standard sort of kind of everyday kind of thing that you might otherwise sort of feel about something when you see it on the ground.
And when all the pictures in your show are in Alberta.
Correct, yeah.
Now, do you normally do a lot of kind of pre-flight reconnaissance of location, or do you kind of go out and
for this project I went there, and once I decided to go there, which was about 8 or 9 months before going, I deliberately cut myself off from reading about the tar sands or looking at any other imagery. I just wanted to go there, and I had this sort of intuition that it would be a remarkable place, but I didn't want to see anyone else's imagery. I didn't want to read anyone else's editorialization about it. So I wanted to go there, and I guess as an artist, and I wanted the imagery to come at me without me really understanding what it was that I was photographing. I just wanted to see it for what it was, unedited, if you will, or uneditorialized. And then, since then, I've backstopped myself. I've done an awful lot of research, and I can speak to a lot of the details, or the billions of dollars, or the tens of thousands or millions of barrels of oil, or whatever it might be. I can speak to those things, but that's come afterwards. Sort of backfilling the information. What I wanted first was an impression that was unadulterated by a point of view, for or against, or by anyone else's impressions of the place, and so I just responded to the imagery as it came at me, and that's what I recorded, and it seems to have worked.
Now, I don't do any kind of aerial photography. Is there kind of special equipment that you need to use as opposed to like just a regular camera?
Not really. There's a bit of technique involved. For one, I'm a pilot, so I'm going to have to fly the airplane as well too. So there's an adaptation of my piloting of my flying. But there's some technical things to overcome too. Like sort of kind of boring things about vibration and being bounced around the sky, and so there's some things I've taught myself in terms of adapting to that condition. I mean, the ideal situation of being on the ground where you can put something on a tripod and do your thing. I don't have that luxury. For one, I'm being bounced around, and the machine itself is vibrating, but also things are moving, so I can't just stop. I can't just kind of go, oh, I like that, don't stop myself there. No, I have to act immediately to what I see. I can fly around again, and I do that often, but I have to respond to the thing quickly, almost instantly or intuitively. I don't have time to think about it. I don't have time to intellectualize it. I just do it, and that probably helps me. Because if I was on the ground, I could agonize. Whereas in the air, there's no room for that. You just do it.
Now, how many hours did it actually take to shoot all this? Like over how many days or weeks?
And it was actually a very quick process. So we were there once, and we had bad weather, and so we couldn't fly. So we flew in and we flew out in bad weather, and I didn't get to see the tar sands at all. We got a sense of Fort McMurray on the ground, but I didn't do any photography really. And then we came back again a few weeks later, and then I had good weather, and then it was the work was done over the course of 3 flights for about 2 to 3 hours apiece, and one was in the sort of mid-afternoon, one was in the evening, and one was late morning. And so kind of using different times of day with different light, and actually maybe more importantly than different light is different shadows. So I work a lot with how the sun or how the things that I'm photographing cast shadows across the landscape.
Sorry.
All right. Well, that's pretty much all I have to ask.
We do it again. Hang on a second. Yeah.